is Liz, and this is yet another episode of The Life with Liz. What's in a name? Well, if that name happens to be Constance Francesca Gabor Hilton, quite a lot. Francesca Hilton was a dear friend of mine. And it's hard for me to believe it's been over 2 years since her passing. I met her about a dozen years ago at the world-famous hair salon Jose Iber in Rodeo Drive. Not the location he's at now, which is on Camden Drive, but when he was at the top of the Spanish Steps in Rodeo Drive. In that salon, I would frequent from time to time because my manicurist happened to be located there. And one day I came to make an appointment at the front counter, and unbeknownst to me, standing next to me at the counter was Francesca. I was carrying the Louis Vuitton wig case that I've profiled in a previous video, and Francesca noticed it and admired it and struck up a conversation asking me about it. She didn't know what it was because, of course, it was sealed. So when I told her and then revealed to her that it contained my wig for carrying purposes, she just went over the moon. And she immediately took me into the back of the salon, located Jose Iber himself, because she said he had to see it. Even though he was cutting somebody's hair at that precise moment, Francesca didn't care and began gushing over my Louis Vuitton wig case with the astonished patron looking on. That story is very emblematic of how Francesca was. She was spontaneous, thoughtful, generous, and had a really big heart, but she was also extremely unpredictable and somewhat combustible at times. Her moods could go from very happy and giddy to very sullen and cranky and critical. But all of this, those of us who knew her came to accept and understand, and it just became a part of who she was. All the quirks were Francesca Hilton. I miss her tremendously. I'm so fortunate that I have so many good memories of her and I together. So I would come down from my home in San Francisco and come to meet her at various places in the Southland. Francesca, by the time I met her, was living in West Hollywood in an apartment. I met her during the time that she was going through the trial that was instigated by her stepfather, or it was she would want me to say, her evil, wicked stepfather. He brought a lawsuit against her because he claimed she forged her mother's signature on a loan on Francesca Gabor's Bel Air estate. She refinanced the loan and supposedly took out cash, which the prince, Francesca's husband, claimed disappeared. Francesca maintained that her mother knew of and authorized her to obtain the loan. All parties except for the prince are now dead, so I suppose we'll never really know what happened. But I will share this with viewers now. Those of you who may be familiar with this story may remember that the case ended abruptly because Jaja was, of course, the star witness and scheduled to testify. Francesca told me that her mother disapproved of the lawsuit that her name was added onto by her husband, and that her plan was all along to never show up in court so that the lawsuit would be dismissed. And that is exactly what happened. Without Jaja, there was no case, and it was dismissed. So, That is how Francesca was able to walk away from the lawsuit. But she was not unscathed because it did take a toll on her emotionally and financially. She had to, of course, hire attorneys to pay for her defense, and that was costly. So there's quite a lot that the poor woman had to endure. She was really a very misunderstood Hollywood child of privilege. Her name, synonymous with wealth. Everyone knows the Gabors, and everyone knows the Hilton hotel chain that her father founded. Yet with all of that vast money, somehow she fell behind the cracks. Stay tuned for my next episode, where I will continue discussing my friend Francesca Hilton. As Miss Liz on The Life with Liz, I thank you for watching. Bye-bye.